It's Friday, December 12, 4 p.m. Eastern. The stock market just closed. The portfolio is sitting at $52,800, and we're going to take a look at what's inside.
Yo, 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 welcome to the show.
So before we get into the holdings, let us look at the performance over some of these timestamps. The market's just closed, but we're down 1.04% on the day, and it seems like after hours we're falling a bit. Break even, we're falling. The markets are still somewhat volatile. We're just going to ignore it and move over to the 1 week chart. And that shows us that we're up 1.31% for the week. On the 1 month chart, we're up 1.8%. On the 3 month chart, we're up 2.5%. On the year-to-date chart, we're up 18%, and on the 1 year chart, we are up almost 16%. In terms of buying power, we are sitting on $6, $7, nothing crazy. That's just probably change from all the transactions I did this week. I do like to contribute weekly, but I haven't done so in a while because I've just been relying on my recurring investments to kind of do the heavy lifting and move my portfolio. With that said though, when I do kind of tie my finances up in my monthly spending plan, just at the end of my spending plan period, if there's any kind of surplus left, I would like to throw some of that into my Robinhood portfolio as just a raw deposit. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. And if you'd like to see the details behind how I fund my portfolios, just kind of like how I break down my income from my 9 to 5 as a real person with real expenses who wants to invest to financial freedom essentially, you can definitely check out those videos. I'll link it up top as well as in the description. Now back to the Robinhood portfolio. Options, we only have one option right now, and it's a call that expires today actually. It's one Bitfarms call that I sold. The strike price was $350. I think I had rolled this one. I sold it last week for a today expiry, but then I just rolled it sometime during that waiting period, and now we're here. It's gonna expire worthless today. Bitfarms is trading quite a bit less than what the strike is, so that is gonna expire worthless. So back over here to the main page, you can see all the stocks and ETFs that I currently hold. I will go through all of these in some level of detail, some more than others of course, but I think it's worth mentioning that these are roughly sorted in terms of equity. So the largest holdings are towards the top of the portfolio, and then my smallest holdings are sitting towards the bottom. So just an FYI there. Of course, that means that SPY, the S&P 500 ETF, is my largest holding, and it's currently up 12, almost 13%. Which is about $1,200 on paper. Definitely a core piece of my portfolio, I would say. And I would argue also that most people, not everyone, but most people would do fine just having the S&P 500, some kind of variant of that ETF or index fund ETF in their portfolio. You'll be gold. You can do more like I do. You can see I have a lot of stocks and ETFs there, but the S&P 500 essentially is the top 500 stocks in the United States. And in addition, it's worth mentioning too that this list or this group of 500 companies, if a company starts doing badly, you're getting kicked out of the group and the next one in line will just take your place. So essentially it's almost like a self-sustaining basket, whatever is carrying the United States stock market. Next we have QQQ, which is another ETF. It's the second largest holding. This one is an ETF that follows the Nasdaq 100. It's very, very, very tech heavy. It has no financials in it. It's 100 companies or about 100 companies, and we're up 17% with this one. It is so tech heavy, and we are getting a lot of our returns driven by AI and technology at the moment, so it only makes sense that an ETF like this is gonna have larger returns generally or relatively compared to a lot of the others that I have. STHD is another ETF that I own, and I have this one in my portfolio. It's more of like a value ETF. It does give very strong and consistent dividends, but STHD is seen as a value ETF. Of course, now the market is being driven a lot by AI and technology, but SCHD isn't really involved in that. So when that cools down, if and when that cools down, SCHD will get a time to shine, and it will show the true essence of the balance that it adds to a portfolio like mine. Next on my list is Rocket Lab, RKLB. Definitely a speculative play on my end. It's a space company, an end-to-end space company, and space isn't really a thing right now. They are like successfully launching missions and all that, but space isn't like a household topic. There's not a lot of options if you want to invest into space. There's ASTS. I heard SpaceX is going public. That's crazy. But Rocket Lab was my way of getting some exposure to the space industry, to aerospace, that kind of thing. And I mean, so far so good. It's definitely seen bad days. It's seen great days, of course. But Rocket Lab was kind of my way of exposing my portfolio to that sector, and so far the results have been pretty good. It's a very volatile stock and sector and everything, but I think that with my age and my risk tolerance and all that, I'm good. It is a good size in my portfolio. Of course, a lot of that is just from the returns. I do contribute a lot, especially when I see good buying opportunities, but hey, it is what it is. I haven't I'd be lying if I said I haven't bought any, because I have, but I'm just trying to get to 100 shares, okay? Jeez, sue me. Next we have Microsoft MSFT, and for this one I do have to change, actually instead of changing that to equity, let's go to Microsoft. Let's see what they are doing. Alright, Microsoft trading at 478 flat. Insane. Microsoft, what are you doing? Microsoft, I'm super bullish on Microsoft. I don't know, I mean, it is such a beast of a company, but it's just crazy to see Microsoft has been pulling back so much in the era we are living in. It's like, what are you doing, Microsoft? I need to clean this up, by the way. I think they just paid their dividends, and I got $3.96 from them, and that got reinvested yesterday. So yeah, I came into Microsoft just to say that it's one of my favorite companies. It is the 5th largest holding in my portfolio. I'm very bullish on it. I'm up 17%, 18%, but I haven't come in here in a while and like looked at the chart. I just kind of wanted to see what it was on. It's down 6% in the last month. Past 3 months down 5.7%, but from the peak it's down over 10% since October 28th. Yeah, it's 54. What was that? Yeah, it's down probably about 11-12% since the peak, since the all-time high. So it's just a good buying opportunity. I'm not like gonna sell Microsoft. Sometimes I do think like, why not just consolidate, buy QQQ, just forget it. But no, I'm not gonna do that, especially when it's trading so much below 500. Absolutely not. I'll just be buying more of Microsoft. I'd love to see this get up to 5 shares at some point soon, but for now I will keep adding 0.01 of a share when I can. Here we have Target, 23.11 shares. We're down 7.5% in Target, and this one also deserves a click because it's almost like it's the opposite of what Microsoft has been for the last month or 3 months. I don't know why Target is up 6% this week. It's just insane how this company works. It's so volatile. It's down 29% year to date. We're only down 7.5%. But I love these random like weeks when Target just goes ham. And of course I do buy this every day. I think it's $7 a day. So I want to get my average cost closer to what the actual share price is, and we're under $105 now, so that's a milestone. But right now we're trading at $97 in Target. Our average cost is almost $105, so we're down about 7.5%, and we don't want to be in the red, so we're gonna continue buying more with Target, and eventually we'll come out of the hole. Next is Costco on the list. 2.06 shares of Costco. I am actually curious to see the price of Costco at the moment. So Costco 883, it's been falling too, similar to Microsoft. I like seeing this one like above $900, just like how I like seeing this above 500. They're both below their like trigger prices, so of course I'm buying. Next on the list we have Home Depot, 4.8 shares, and this one has been falling too. Like I'm used to seeing this at least maybe 380. Now it's at 360 is what it is. AbbVie is next on the list, 7.45 shares. On the day we're down 0.29%. And next we have Realty Income at 28.2 shares. We're up 0.82% on the day for this. This one is really calm. Like it's always between $56 or $58. It doesn't do a whole lot. It does pay a monthly dividend, but it's a REIT that I think will be here for a good time. So Amazon is next, 7.12%. We're down a bit on the day for this, and Amazon right around its chilling price at $225. Just buy more, right? SMH, one of the ETFs that I have, which is nowhere close to the top of my portfolio, is down 5% on the day. This one houses the chip making companies, I believe within the US or everywhere, I'm not 100% sure, but 4.43 shares of SMH. It's VanEck Semiconductor ETF. If you'd like to buy it or if you'd like to check it out, definitely go do that. I think it has a lot of future upside potential. Next is APD, 5.3 shares, and we're down 0.3% on the day. And this one had a pretty bad week. I think they had some kind of deal this week about ammonia. I was reading up into it, but oh yeah, there it is. It dropped 10.6, almost 11% amid uncertainty over low emission ammonia deal. So I guess it's a great time to be buying in more. It is still a strong company in its sector. It literally holds a monopoly. So APD, Air Products and Chemicals, I will be buying more of you at these cheaper prices. Don't you hide. Next on the list is JP Morgan Chase, up on the day. Also with Visa, 3.42 shares, up on the day as well. Just two banks, or Visa isn't a bank, it's just in the finance industry. But love them. I'll be buying more of them, of course. Next we have O'Reilly. I buy this every day, $7 a day. I think at the moment it's at $94 right now. Not the highest price it's seen. In fact, like $100 is where I start getting nervous, but this one's trading at $94.11. So it's seen quite the drop, but of course we're gonna continue buying more, if not more than what we're buying currently, just increasing our recurring buy in that position. Next is AEP, American Electric Power, down just a little bit on the day, 9.43 shares. Would love to get this up to 10. Main is one of our monthly payers that I'm very excited about this month actually, because it will be paying 2 dividends. Main pays on the 15th consistently in the middle of the month, unless it's a weekend of course, and also in December they do usually do some kind of special payment, and I think it just got announced today or yesterday, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. They're down on the day. They've been down. It was falling a lot maybe a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, when everyone was getting antsy about the interest rates and it possibly falling and just how it would affect BDCs like Main. But it seems like it's recovered. It's back above $60, and I mean I'm always buying more of Main, so that's that. Next ETF on our list is JEPQ, down 1.27% on the day, and we're at 17.5 shares of this. And this just made me realize that I have not bought Main or JEPQ since my last update, because I believe these were at 17.5 shares as well. So I gotta do that sometime soon. Next we have Ford, 62 shares, and Ford is on a freaking ripper. Ford is almost at $14, guys. Holy crap, that is insane. Of course, I only have 62 shares, not like 200 like I had a month or two ago, but geez, I gotta see the percentage return in this, because total return, I'm up 32% with Ford, with 62 shares, of course. Next on our list is Bitfarms, and I'm down 16%, so about half of my Ford returns has been taken away from Bitfarms. We're at 110 shares. I probably should pick up a couple more shares of this, to be honest, but that is the portfolio. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you want to see like how I use my income to fund this portfolio, how I invest and all that good stuff, watch this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.